So my wife made a video about how because of her PTSD, sometimes recording videos kind of triggers her a bit because she was recorded during her trauma. And a lot of the comments were saying, oh, if it triggers your PTSD, then why do you record videos? And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So PTSD can affect a lot of parts of your life, and not all of it is a choice. But there are simple things that we can do to kind of like help with our PTSD, and it's usually alongside long-term therapy with a therapist. But let's just say somebody has trauma that's related to being recorded, and they want to work on that. They could either just continue to avoid it, which is a PTSD symptom, is avoidance, or like if they feel like they're up to it, they feel like they're ready, it can actually take the negative association between being recorded in their brain, where like now being recorded is associated with trauma, and it can turn it into something positive. She was not in control, and I've been recorded too, so I can even refer to myself. I was not in control when I was being recorded during my trauma growing up. Somebody else was in control of that. I wasn't in control of what I said, did, how I looked, etc. By making TikTok videos, I'm now in control of like what's going on. I'm in control of the camera. I'm in control of what I say, how I look, what I'm doing. And so it turns the negative association between being recorded equals trauma and those bad times into like a good association, or now being recorded equals something good, something positive. My TikTok account, or like my booktube account even. And so yeah, PTSD can affect your life, but there's some things in life that you do with time and everything, time and patience. I understand not everybody can do everything right away, but you do learn how to kind of improve with it instead of letting it kind of like hold you back and taking over your life. For example, I was recorded, I feel comfortable saying this, when I was taking a shower. And that was a really big like traumatic incident for me, but I can not just like never take a shower again in my life. I can't never clean my body. And so I had to come up with coping mechanisms of how I can just not just avoid taking a shower for the rest of my life, but instead of just avoiding it, here's some coping mechanisms that I can do instead to turn it from a negative experience into a positive experience. How can I enjoy taking a shower now instead of dreading it and seeing it as a bad thing? And I feel like it's good to have this type of growth mindset. And again, I'm not saying that people can just get over it. I'm not saying that like this is simple. And again, I think you should do it with long-term therapy with a therapist. But I do think that it's good because I often see a lot of people on TikTok that are not focused on kind of like a growth mindset. And again, like it takes time. I understand that some people need to like sit with what they're dealing with and stuff like that, but I do think that it should be celebrated and seen as a good thing when people try to move past the symptoms of their disorder. And that's why if you want to follow me for something other than my disorder, you can follow my booktube account. I talked about that in the past video. Have a great day.